Hey guys, this is Isaiah, the new youth pastor at the Well Church. I would love to have met some more of you in person, but if this is the first time you're meeting me, it's good to see you. I'm just trying to get some more sermons, some more message out there for the youth to be able to watch. I've had a couple parents ask me to post this on YouTube, so that's what I'm going to be doing, just so that if you guys or your kids can't come and join on Wednesday night, you get to hear it and have them listen to it on another day when it's available to you. So today we're going to be going through the book of Daniel, Daniel chapter 6. So go ahead and have them, or if you can, open up your Bible. If you don't have a paper Bible, there's a bunch of lovely Bible apps that you can do, like the YouVersion Bible app, and then just pull up your favorite version. Our church does NIV. And that's what I'll be going through today. And I just want to start off with telling you that the one takeaway for today is that God rewards faithfulness. That's right, God rewards faithfulness. In this time, we're going to be looking through the story of Daniel in the lion's den, as I believe I've said before. And Daniel, if you guys didn't already know, has gone through quite a bit. He's suffered a lot getting to this point. His hometown and his homeland of Jerusalem has been ransacked and pillaged. Many of his family have been killed. Even just his extended family have been killed. And he's been basically enslaved to this nation, this group of people called the Chaldeans, or the kingdom of Babylon. And he has done everything that he can to be faithful to God and still work well at this in this kingdom. And he's gone up a couple of stages, and he's gotten some prestige, and he's gained some power, some renown, because he's been faithful to God through everything he's done. And so I won't be able to read everything for chapter 6, but I'll just read snippets and I'll give you guys the majority of the story. So it begins with the old king getting dethroned and killed back in chapter 5, and a new king taking his place. And this king's name is Darius. Darius immediately starts off and appoints 120 satraps. They're basically just officials or authority figureheads over governing areas. And then he put 3 administrators above those people, and one of those 3 administrators is Daniel. So he's got quite a bit of power. And it says in verse 3, "Now Daniel so distinguished himself among the administrators and the satraps by his exceptional qualities that the king planned to set him over the whole kingdom. At this, the administrators and the satraps tried to find grounds for charges against Daniel in his conduct of government affairs, but they were unable to do so. They could find no corruption in him because he was trustworthy and neither corrupt nor negligent." So what I love about this is it just shows they tried to catch him up. They're trying to figure out a way to slap him on the wrist, basically take away his power, and they just can't. And I kind of want to touch into that idea that faithful people of God work hard. They're honest. They have good integrity, just like Daniel did. They can't be found corrupt or bad in speech and conduct, but they work hard. You guys, honestly, might be going into a time of your life that's school. School's probably coming up very soon for you. Or maybe you have work, or maybe you're doing work and school soon to support your family, or just to earn extra income. And whatever your personal experience might be right now in life, I just want to encourage you to work hard, especially with how life is and how things go. I don't want you to work hard for money, or for even just because somebody told you so. Instead, if you work hard for God, there's so much more purpose to it. There's so much more beauty to it, and I believe that God rewards that. As you stay faithful to Him and you do work hard, I believe God rewards that. So they couldn't find anything on him, but they figured out a way that they could get him on his actual worship of God. And so what they did is they pushed Darius, all the different 120 satraps and everything, all came and found the king Darius and talked to him and told him that they wanted to have this 30 days of nobody worships anything else but the king Darius, and that anybody else found doing so, found worshiping any other god than him, would be thrown into a lion's den. And immediately after that, what happens, he agrees, he gets pushed into it, he agrees, and they put that law into place. And immediately after that, Daniel goes and he prays. And it says, as he faithfully does, and I'll read into that right now, verse 10. And it says that 3 times a day he got down on his knees and he prayed in his room, giving thanks to his God, just as he had done before. So he was just continuing to be faithful, continuing to spend his time with God, and he did so as usual in his room, just continuing to thank God for the place that he's been, for even though his life has been awful up to getting to this kingdom, that God has still provided for him and taken care of him in that time. And I want to remind you with that one point that faithful people of God pray. And what that looks like is literally just talking to God and just keeping that line of communication with him, because without that, your spirit just starts to die away, and you just start to fade and cripple from the inside out. But truly faithful people of God, the people that I believe God rewards, are those who pray, those who stay diligent in that time with him. But regardless, he prayed, and they found out, and they actually got him basically arrested for it. They proved it to Darius, and I love what it says. It says that Darius actually was worried because he didn't want Daniel to get thrown in the lion's den, and so he did everything he could to bring him out of that. But unfortunately, with the way their laws worked, even the king couldn't pull back the law that he put in place. Once it was written, it was good, it was done. So he unfortunately had to uphold that, and so he did. He took Daniel and he placed him in the lion's den, and he said this, I love it. He told him, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." And we find out that Darius actually was so nervous, he went home, he couldn't sleep, he couldn't eat, because he didn't, at that time, this guy Darius didn't know God, he didn't trust him, and he thought the lions were going to eat him. But what I love about it is Daniel was left overnight, literally probably about 12 hours. And the first thing in the morning, Darius came to check on him and to see if God had actually rescued him. And he did, and he asked him how he was and if he was okay. And Daniel answered, verse 22, "My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight, nor have I ever done any wrong before you, your majesty." And I'm going to stop there at kind of that point of the story, but Daniel was rescued, and they came back and to his same place of position as before. And I truly believe that he was protected in that time because God was rewarding the faithful, the faithfulness that David had. And specifically, I want to remind you guys that even though it may have seemed bleak for him even earlier, it may seem bleak now with COVID going on and with school being online and with you probably being in the same household with your family for weeks on end, and you're probably driving each other insane. It may be a lot of suffering, it may look bleak, but I believe God rewards those who are faithful to him even in those trying times. And truthfully, that faithfulness, that reward, may look like just dealing with hardship for a while. It may look like just it may look like complete healing, and everything goes away, goes back to normal, that God rescues you, that the suffering ends. But sometimes that reward may just be peace in the midst of very difficult and trying times. Sometimes that reward is stored up for you in heaven. And whatever it may be, I want to remind you that God is faithful and he is good. And during whatever the circumstance may be, I believe that he provides for us, provides for those who remain in him through prayer, who remain hardworking for him, and who remain in relationship with Him, just trying the best that you possibly can to follow in His footsteps. So as you go throughout this week, I hope you do a wonderful job of being faithful with Him, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you read through Daniel 6 to catch the rest of the story that you may not have gotten here. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.